The U.S. Supreme Court will decide if people who regularly smoke marijuana can legally own guns. The case stems from a Texas man who was charged with a felony after admitting to being a regular pot user while owning a gun. The charge was tossed out by a lower court, calling it unconstitutional. Now, the Justice Department wants it reinstated, arguing regular drug users pose a public safety risk. Arguments are expected early next year with a decision by summer. And joining us this morning to break down what exactly is at stake is our 9 News legal expert, Whitney Traylor. Whitney, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Tell me a little bit more about this case and both sides of the argument here.
Yeah, this is an interesting case. I mean, this is really an issue of whether or not you can possess a gun when you are in possession of marijuana or alcohol, and that's the issue. I mean, really in Colorado, it's quite an interesting issue because so many people use marijuana.
Yeah.
And I think part of the study showed that 20% of those folks who are gun owners are also marijuana users. And so the question is, can you be able to possess and use marijuana and own and possess a gun?
And because it does have a big impact here in Colorado, I want to ask you, what's the timing of this case looking like now? What happens next?
Well, so the case went to the lower court, then it went to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, and now it may go to the Supreme Court. So I suspect we'll have arguments in 2026, and we'll have a decision in 2026. So next year we'll know whether or not you can possess a gun and be a regular drug user. And that's really an issue because they said here, you know, part of the issue was a regular drug user.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you use marijuana once a month,
yeah,
does that equivocate to being an issue or not?
What constitutes regular is
right.
the issue here.
Yes.
Okay, question, because we've reported from the opposite end of things. Is this a bit of a flip-flop here?
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a flip-flop because you have the Republican administration very adamant about these Second Amendment rights. And here now you have a potential restriction on a Second Amendment right? You're saying, well, if you're using drugs, if you're using alcohol, you can't be a lawfully possess a weapon. So I think it is a bit of a flip-flop for this administration, for Republicans who are saying, you know, they're very adamant about these Second Amendment rights. But here, they're going the opposite way.
Well, I want to ask, because this isn't the only gun rights case the Supreme Court is hearing this term. It's also considering a Hawaii law that's regarding concealed carry laws. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Right, so the same issue in Hawaii, whether or not you can actually carry these concealed carry weapons, and they're looking at potentially restricting that. And you know, that's a real issue because now you have these states imposing these various laws and the federal government saying, hey, here's what our position is. So you're gonna see, you know, a variety of states imposing their laws, and then the federal government saying, no, we agree or disagree. So I think we're going to see more. What we've been seeing for the last 9 months is the federal government imposing their rights on the state government. And we're going to see that with this Hawaii law as well.
All right, a lot to come out from the Supreme Court. We'll be keeping a close eye on all of this. Whitney, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Yep.